This month's radio favorite comes from the radio show Suspense. Suspense consisted mostly of thrillers and mystery stories, sort of like the Twilight Zone television series. I thoroughly enjoy stories that are both cozy and spooky, not extremely graphic like some horror films, but more film noir and spookiness intertwined into a great story. My episode choice for this month is named Hitchhiker Poker and stars the vocal talents of Gregory Peck. Peck plays a student named Ridge Fowler who is on his way home to California from college. He is picked up on the side of the road by a driver who is willing to drive him home. The driver is friendly, he buys him lunch, he plays road games with him, and he even gives Ridge the expensive fur coat he is wearing. As to why the driver is so friendly, well, you will just have to listen and find out for yourself. I adore listening to old radio shows. It feels like you are in a time machine for 30 minutes. It is very immersive, and you can use your own imagination more because you only have the audio to guide you. My music selection of the month is Dvorak's Serenade for Strings in E major. It consists of 5 movements and was composed in the May of 1975, with the entire composition being completed in just 2 weeks. How someone could manage to make something so deep and beautiful in such a short amount of time completely amazes me and inspires me. Dvorak is one of my favorite classical composers, and Serenade for Strings is another wonderful addition to my collection of favorite classical pieces. My film of the month is Apollo 11, a documentary that was released in the March of this year. Apollo 11 was an American spacecraft that was flown by Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, and Michael Collins to the surface of the moon. The journey lasted from takeoff in July 1969 to the landing in the Pacific Ocean on July 24, 1969. The really unique thing about this documentary is that it is entirely comprised of archival footage. There are no voiceovers or interruptions. The film simply follows the events as they were unfolding. This is easily one of the most engaging and entertaining documentaries I have seen in a very long time. If you enjoy science and history, Apollo 11 is a great documentary to watch. Also, if you are interested in cinematography and on-the-spot, quick-shot filming, this would be a worthwhile film to study as well. My book of the month is by British author C.S. Lewis, and it is called Out of the Silent Planet. Out of the Silent Planet, published in 1938, is the first book in his science fiction trilogy. The story begins with us following Dr. Ransom, a professor who is on a walking tour of England. In looking for a place to stay the night, he stumbles upon 2 other professors, Weston and Devine, who invite him to stay in their rather dilapidated old mansion. Dr. Ransom soon finds, however, that their hospitality was not out of a kind heart, but rather for a more sinister plan involving a mysterious structure behind the mansion. I had no idea that C.S. Lewis wrote science fiction, and it was quite exciting for me to delve into this story. While I enjoyed the books, I couldn't help but notice that he does spend a lot of time describing things and places that could sort of slow down the flow of the stories. Sometimes I wanted to know what was going to happen next in the story and not hear a long monologue about every little leaf and tree and mountain that they passed in the story. However, as the book progressed and as I kept on reading, I found myself enjoying it more and more, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that enjoys a good science fiction novel.